The other point after the first one I just say, the other one I say is I talk about the background, the person, where the person is coming from, how it is important even for us women to ask questions to the man about his life, you know, even the family, because it can lie to you, but it cannot lie with the family. Okay, what kind of family he has been around? Dramatic family, problem, you know, all this together. The father wasn't there, the mother wasn't there, or the mother, for example, she had boyfriends coming home, and you know, all this, it's important, okay? You have to know, because usually, unconsciously, he work. You know, there are men who, even if they love their wife, but the fact that they have been around a mother who hasn't been, you know, wise in the way she was living her love life, you know, bringing men at home, okay, the man unconsciously sees women the way his mother was living, okay, and that he will not respect you, okay. So it is important to understand where the girl is coming from, her background, or even the man, where he's coming from, his background. It is important to also know if he has or if she has a goal in her life. You know, we African women, it looks like once we get married, it's like the end. It's the submit. It's the ultimate goal, which is completely false. Because what? Marriage should be just a complement of your life. But before being married, you had a life. You had friends. You had hobbies. You had passion. And I think you had goals. You had probably ambition. And then once you get married, boom, the wife, she doesn't speak. She doesn't think about it anymore. It's like, okay, I wish what I want to get. And then I'm good. And the children, yeah, important. Then we keep having children. And even the children, it depends on what kind of person you have also. Because there are people who say, okay, maybe you have lost. Okay, I didn't achieve what I want to do. But there are people who, for example, say, okay, maybe I couldn't because I've been distracted by my relationship, my marriage life, but I'm going to do the max on my children. So my children will succeed, you know, will do good later. And then the wife, she tried to find a program for the children that they do almost, if possible, everything, like sport, having hobby, like painting, music, singing, you know, all this together. You know, trying to, like I say, sport is like you do any type of sport, tennis, swimming, you know, and see if the child has some artistic talent like drawing and things like that, playing a musical instrument. And then she takes time for that. But sometimes, and us, because I'm talking as a Black African woman, what I saw in general is like, even that sometimes we give up on that. We don't really take really much care of that. And some of us now understand that. That's why it is important to get close to other communities, because you can learn from other communities. You learn how they live, how they raise their children. Okay? For instance, for us, they don't teach us that during the pregnancy, there is a step, there are many things that you should be doing as a woman, as a mother-to-be. And it's good to read. That's something that sometimes we forget to do, is to read a lot. I didn't know much because parents, they were doing stuff at the time that they were taught to them. Okay, and then teach you what they know. But they didn't have every fact, like scientific fact. And I was amazed to learn that people could be reading to babies in the womb. You know, women could be reading books for their babies in the womb. You know, when she's pregnant, she can read books for the baby already. You know, what you're looking to do is to make, to make your child, the baby to come, who's going to be coming, that's going to be birthing, to prepare him intellectually. I don't know how to say that. And I found out that, so you can be reading books out loud for the baby to hear. And it's on purpose, okay? And that's come from magazine of white people. They do many research on that. For us African, we don't know that, okay? And it's not bad to know all these things. We have our culture, but we can also get to know more from other community. We have to be open. That's why I'm not into racial separation. I'm not into it, because you lose a lot by being stuck in your own community, in your race only, because there's so much to learn from other people. And I also learned that when you are pregnant, you could be playing classical music more. It looks like classical music works the brain a lot. I have my piano teacher at the time when I was in school who told me that whenever you want to take a test, play classical music. There is something about classical music that makes the brain function in a certain way and create a more of, you know, understanding, creativity, I guess, and everything. So I will have to read more about why classical music is recommended. But when I read it, I did it. When I was pregnant, I was playing classical music for my baby in the womb. I don't know why, but you know, sometimes you don't always understand everything, but if it has been proven to be good, then do it. And I also play gospel music, you know, worship songs. It's important because spiritually spoken too, it is important to strengthen the spiritual, the soul, the spiritual aspect of your baby. Because baby can be also attacked spiritually. It's a fact. I cannot explain that to you now because you have to be a spiritual person to understand that. So you have this. Does that person have ambition? What is the goal? Where does he want to go? Or what does she want to go? Now, another aspect also.